Hello everyone, this is Ori Bloop. Welcome back to another Game Builder Garage tutorial. Today's tutorial is actually pretty basic. It's implementing multiple lives for enemies in our game. This can work with any type of project. It just requires a little bit of messing around with the settings and applying some other stuff. But let's go ahead and get right into that. So if you guys see already, we have a simple third-person camera setup. If you guys want to know how to do this, in the top right here, I will leave a link to a video that shows 6 different types of cameras that you can do. This, of course, will work with any because it's not really reflecting anything on our camera, but you guys, I'm just doing this for this tutorial for the third person. I can go in edit mode too and show you guys it's pretty basic, but besides that, let's go ahead and work on the actual enemy itself. So what we're going to do first is we're going to get our enemy object out. So if we go to objects, fancy objects, and round fancy objects, we can get our alien. We will be using the alien for this tutorial, but of course you can use anything that you guys would like, and we'll put that right there. So the first thing that we need to do is grab a touch sensor because we want to basically know when we are touching the alien, and it will be connected to our person. So if we go to objects, sensors, and get our touch sensor, if we go ahead and connect it directly to our person node on, basically what we want this to do is, since it's connected to our person, when our person is touching the alien, that's when the alien itself will lose lives. So if we go into the touch sensor and go to settings, we can go ahead and do check for what. We can uncheck these because we don't need those at all, and we can just check alien because it's just going to be checking for the alien. And for the connection point, since the alien is going to be a little bit smaller than us, we want the connection to be at our feet. So if we go Y plus and then keep the target connection point at center, it should be at the bottom of our character. So if we go ahead and look in game, you can see that our touch sensor is on the bottom of our character, and we can also touch the alien. But of course, it won't do anything because we have nothing set up for the alien to die yet. So we can go ahead and go back into edit mode and start working on that. So we want our alien, in this case, to have 3 lives. So this is a basic setup. We want to count 3 lives, and then once on the 3rd live, you're going to be dead after that point. So if we go to middle and we grab a counter, that will count up to 3 times. So if we go ahead and just directly attach our touch sensor to our counter, this basically means every time we touch the alien, it will count up. But we need to change some settings in the counter. So if we go to counter and settings, we can do loop because it will automatically loop back to 0. And we need to go ahead and change this to 4. And the reason why we do this to 4 and not 3 is because 4 automatically turns to 0 because it's in a loop. So basically it's only counting from 1 to 3, and that's what we want. And for our count timing, we need this to be unchanged from 0 because if we have it on while not 0, it will continuously count if we are on the alien. So we just want unchanged from 0. So if we go ahead and do that, basically what happens is every time we touch it, it will display on our counter. And just to make sure it's working, we can actually go ahead and do a really quick test. So if we go to special objects and get our number object, we can do this very easily. So if we go ahead and connect it just like that directly to the counter, every time we touch the alien, it should give us an output. So 1, 2, 3, and then if we press it one more time, it will die. And see, there we go. So it went to 0, but I pressed it again on accident. So that shows that it works properly. So we're good to go. We can go ahead and delete this. That was just for a test. But what we want now is when it hits 3, we want our alien to die. So what we need to do is we need to compare it with something. So let's go ahead and go to middle and get our comparison node on out. So we grab that. And then we need to compare it to something that is basically how many lives we have, so, or how many lives the enemy has. So if we go to input and grab a constant, we can change the constant to 3 because our enemy will have 3 lives. So we can connect this to input 1 and connect the constant to input 2. So now what this will do is whenever we hit 3, and whenever the counter hits 3, they would be the same, and so it will let out an output, and the output will be the destroy object for our alien. So let's go to launch destroy attract and grab our destroy object. And if we go ahead and connect the result to the destroy object, we can go ahead and attach our destroy object directly to our alien. And if we go in the settings for the destroy object, we could see that for destroy what, we need to make sure that it's set on our alien because we want to destroy the alien. So press alien. And then the last step is we need to go into alien and make sure that for destructible, it's destructible by our destroy object. This is very important because if we don't have this selected, it won't destroy the alien. So if we exit out of that, that should be the basic setup. So if we go ahead and look in the game, if we touch our alien 3 times, it should die. So 1, 2, oh, I think I pressed it twice because it was moving around. Let me go ahead and make it not movable. Let me go ahead and try that. So let's try it again. 1, 2, and 3, and there we go. The alien dies just like that, and that's how it should work. I can go ahead and show it one more time, and just to show you guys. So 1, 2, and then 3, and then it dies just like that. But if we go ahead and look, everything is connected to our player currently. That's just because we have the touch sensor connected to our person node on, but we can actually go ahead and clean this up very easily. And the reason why we would want to clean it up is because we don't want this blue connection to be always connected to our alien because it will get very messy. So we're going to go ahead and introduce some of our wormhole entrances and exits. So we need to grab a wormhole entrance and a wormhole exit. So the first connection that we want to get rid of is this one right here connected to our touch sensor to have our player be disconnected from all that. So if we go ahead and disconnect it like that, we can go ahead and grab our entrance, connect it to our touch sensor, and grab our exit and connect it right back up to our count up for our counter. And we could stop there, but I don't want to have to repeat this every single time for multiple aliens, so we can actually go ahead and grab another wormhole entrance and exit right here. So we go to middle, program layout, and grab an entrance, and grab an exit, just like that. But what we need to do is make sure that these have a different wormhole ID, just so it doesn't get mixed up with these two. So for the A, we're going to change it to B, and for the exit right here, we're going to change that to B as well, so they match up. So we can go ahead and disconnect our comparison from our destroy object. So we can grab our entrance, and what the result will give us will go through the entrance, and then what the exit will give us will go back to the destroy object. So we can go ahead and just do that. And there we go. So it's all separate now. So what we can do is we can move our alien anywhere we want to. So just for demonstration, I will put it all the way over here. And we can actually move this now. We can move this anywhere we want to. It doesn't really matter. And this will stay connected to our player. But it looks definitely a lot neater than what it was before. And if we go back in the game, it should function the exact same way. So we can see our alien is definitely farther away from us. So 1, 2, and 3. And it just gets destroyed just like that. And since we have this basic setup, we can actually go ahead and we can make multiple enemies. Except the only thing that you would have to do is you would have to change the exit. Because I think if you have both the same exits, it will do the same thing to both aliens. We can actually try that out real quick. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So what you would want to do is you would want to change the wormhole IDs, and you would have to have different IDs for each of them. But besides that, it's a pretty basic system, and Oh yeah, also one thing I wanted to mention is if you guys wanted to change the lives of the alien, you can go ahead and change the counter and the constant. I can actually show that real quick. So for the counter, if we wanted to say we want 5 lives instead of 3, since the 4 doesn't count, we're going to have to do 6, because if we're having 5, the 6 won't count. So it will be 1 through 5. And then, of course, for the constant, we need to make sure that since we have 5 lives, we want 5 on our constant. And if we go ahead and go back in the game, it should work. If we hit the alien 5 times, it should die. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And there we go. That's how you give an alien multiple lives if you want to. And the last thing I wanted to do, sorry if this is dragging on a little bit, but just to clean it up a little bit, just so it can look a little bit nicer. So for the touch sensor to our character, we're going to turn that invisible. And for the destroy object connected to the alien, we're going to make that invisible as well. So if we go back in the game, we have no boxes, and it looks really clean. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and there we go. The alien dies just like that. Hopefully you guys found this tutorial helpful. I was going a little bit quick, but I just wanted to get through everything. But thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you in another tutorial. Bye-bye.